Welcome to the Wedding Wisdom Series. This series is for couples planning their wedding. There are tips that are going to be for planning your wedding. There are going to be tips for things that you should avoid. This is going to be a series that we're going to do on a regular basis, and each week will be a little bit different and have a different aspect of the planning for you. I hope this helps as you make your decisions. By the way, I'm Sandra Schuff, the owner of Lavender Manor Weddings and Events. I'm a wedding planner and a wedding venue owner both. Been doing weddings most of my life. We'll see you in the next video. Hello. Today in our next episode of Wedding Wisdom, we're going to talk about what do you do when you're almost engaged and how to go through that in a really good way. So here's what some couples are completely surprised by their proposal, while others, they kind of can feel it coming about a mile away. Maybe your partner is asking you about rings, or maybe your best friend sort of slipped and said something big is about to happen, so it kind of gave you a clue. Maybe it's just your intuition. You can just tell that the big moment is just about to happen. It's right around the corner. That almost engaged stage, it can be really exciting, but also can be a little bit full of anxiety, waiting for when it's going to happen, maybe a little bit overwhelming, and you just can't wait. And at the same time, you want to be ready for it when it does happen. So think of this episode as your 1 month roadmap to feeling confident, relaxed, and ready for when the big proposal happens. So why does this almost engaged stage matter at all? Well, before that ring even appears, couples are already starting a new chapter in life. And this is about the time that you talk about your future, you learn about each other's expectations, and you begin dreaming about your wedding, dreaming about being married. And most importantly, I want you to be excited about that moment. Healthiest engagements actually often begin really long before the proposal itself, because the proposal is simply the celebration of a decision you've made a long time before. So week 1 is about setting the foundation for getting ready for this big proposal. The first week is about creating habits that make you feel good and make you feel confident. So you're going to start doing some self-care routines. If you haven't already been doing those, it's time to start. So you're going to start with your skincare routine. You're going to drink lots of water. Water is very important. It makes a huge difference in your appearance and the health of your skin and your overall body. Also, you're going to do some gentle exfoliation and cleansing on your face. And also really, really important is getting plenty of sleep. The amount of sleep that we get makes a big difference in our appearance. So it's also a great time to refresh your wardrobe. So choose outfits that make you feel super comfortable, that photograph well, and make you feel very confident. Light wellness routines such as walking, yoga, stretching, those can even make you feel less stressed and boost your energy, as well as help you look good. If it's been a while, consider scheduling a hair trim or conditioning treatment to your hair so that your hair also looks healthy and polished. So in your second week, let's think about some personal touches, especially when we're thinking about photography. So week 2, you would sort of want to focus on details that might appear in those photos. Your hands will most likely be featured a lot in photographs once that ring is on your finger. So it's probably a good time to schedule a manicure or pedicure. Remember that classic neutral colors photograph really well. So you probably don't want to go with some crazy, fingernail design and stuff that's going to take away from the look of your ring. You may also want to experiment with a natural makeup look that highlights your features, because remember, makeup should enhance your appearance and it should not alter your appearance. So plan a few go-to outfits for dates and special occasions, since many proposals happen during those normal moments, especially if he's trying to surprise you and not tip you off. So you can also start gathering like some engagement photo inspirations, so you can know what styles and poses that you love. So week 3 would be a week when you might want to start preparing for the moment. It's more about mindset than actual things you're going to do. So the anticipation of when's he going to propose? I think he's going to, I'm not sure. That can feel pretty intense. So just try to stay grounded, right? And just try to keep your relationship as wonderful as it's always been. Otherwise, you wouldn't be anticipating this engagement proposal. So just try to stay really grounded and in your relationship. But to help that, many brides might enjoy journaling, meditation, or quiet reflection time, especially if you're thinking about your relationship and how much you love him. Also, experiment with hairstyles that make you feel very confident and wearing and make you feel pretty. Another idea is coordinating outfits with your partner for photos without making it appear that you are anticipating this proposal. Don't make it obvious, and it's usually better to have complementary colors rather than matching outfits. That usually works a little bit better. You might start thinking a little bit about, scenic locations where you'd want to do your engagement photos, because that will be coming up soon. Okay, so let's talk about week 4 in your preparation for almost being engaged. This will be a week when you might be thinking about some final touches. And, you may or may not have this much time, but it's something to think about. So this final week in our 1-month preparation is about relaxation and enjoying the moment. Some brides might engage in preparing a ready kit that you keep in your purse, because those last minute moments you might want to refresh. So you might include a lip balm or a lipstick or lip gloss, something like that, maybe a compact powder, some tissues, a hair tie, maybe a comb or brush, something like that, so that you can refresh at the last minute when you think that moment's about to happen. Or if you've been out in the wind or something that's messed up your hair and you're going to some picturesque spot for some reason, you might want to do a little fresh up. These small essentials can help you feel polished if the moment does happen unexpectedly. So the next thing to think about is to prioritize your relaxation and your rest, because of course we talked about good sleep and how important that is. Might even take a spa day. Those are good to do anyway. Those are great for you. Maybe a quiet evening can help you feel refreshed and confident. But most importantly, you need to feel flexible, because this might not happen exactly as you imagined it. It might not be exactly when you imagine it would be or where it will be, but that unpredictability is part of the magic. Okay, so let's do a little review and kind of create an engagement readiness checklist. So, skincare routine for a healthy glow, outfits that make you feel confident, manicured nails for those ring photos, also a natural makeup look that you love, and a hairstyle that you feel comfortable wearing, a small engagement kit for your essentials to freshen up, and plenty of rest and relaxation. Now that you are ready and you're prepared and just waiting with anticipation as when that moment's going to be, here's a question for you to think about. Why is Spokane a beautiful place to begin your engagement in the first place? Well, Spokane offers some pretty incredible backdrops for engagement moments and photos. So between Riverfront Park, the Spokane River, there's lots of scenic overlooks, surrounding countryside. There's countless romantic places to celebrate your love story. Many couples also begin imagining their wedding day during this time. And I will say, as the owner of Lavender Manor, that with its gardens, its lavender fields, sweeping countryside views, it's an expansive view with Mount Spokane as your backdrop and Wild Rose Prairie below. It provides an elegant and peaceful setting for engagement photos and weddings. So for a few final thoughts on this subject, being almost engaged is a unique and a very exciting season in life. So instead of worrying about when the proposal or how the proposal will happen, focus on enjoying the anticipation of it and celebrating the relationship that brought you here. So the proposal is simply the beginning of your wedding journey. If you're newly engaged or beginning to dream about your wedding, we invite you to schedule a private tour at Lavender Manor, especially right after you get engaged. Walk through the gardens, explore the venue, and start to imagine your wedding day. the celebration of the love you two share. Celebrate at one of Spokane's most beautiful wedding settings. You can connect with us through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, and our website, of course. Check us out and stay tuned for more wedding planning tips and future Wedding Wisdom episodes.